Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started.
And we are underway from Kansas City. From just inside the 20, a short kick.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
You better be careful. Throwing in too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, Herbert. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
They wasted no time showing how aggressive they're going to be in this game. They get the quick score, and then they go for 2, CD.
Surf's up, partner. And when surf's up, you ride the wave. They felt great about that quick drive, put it in the end zone. Why not go for 2? They felt comfortable with the play call that they had.
And the home crowd loves it. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
DeAndre Carter now from his end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they...
There he goes, right side. 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage. Brandon Staley telling his troops to stay out there and go for 2. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
And this is caught. So they get the 2 points, and now we're even at 8-8. So 8-8 our score now as he'll send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. He'll be hit down at the... The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Mahomes going to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Mahomes now to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 31-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a give running left is Eckler
to the 27-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
Not an easy spot here. We'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. These two teams all tied after one.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away.
Back deep is Kadarius Toney.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down at just a couple. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Mahomes now on first down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's got some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now here's Mahomes. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. On first down, Mahomes.
Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass.
And the Chiefs go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Now Mahomes maybe a free play. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down. So we'll have to see what that's about. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
And by rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at the 40.
He'll hand off here to Eckler. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. also used the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Now, after the loss, they'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletions. They're going for more.
And this one is right through. And that'll get the lead down to 5.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
As his guys are able to extend their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
3rd and long, it's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. 30, the 20. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen as the first half is winding down.
And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Not no good. He missed it. Missed the PAT. And this will remain a 5-point game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chargers 17.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 10 more there and another first down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Second down and goal. Mahomes. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Only a 3-yard loss there on the sack, but more importantly, it leads to a 4th and goal.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. Now a toss running left, Eckler. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And he may have given those 6 yards right back as they're going to get to him well behind the line. It goes as a loss of 6.
Game, you just got to stick with it. Well, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. A 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
And the Chargers are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
3 yards remain for second down.
He's by himself. Keenan Allen. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, L.A. Keenan Allen, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chargers use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. So that, Charles, his second touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the fourth. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. But they need their best drive of the game right here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and inches, Mahomes.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
On the give, this is Eckler.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a toss play to Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on third and just a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this third down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned,